Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Monday Night Raw, the highlights and results. We start off the show with Rhea Ripley coming down to the ring and saying, "This is Monday Night Mommy." And then the Women's World Champion Io Sky heads down to the ring. She says you can't have Evolution without Io Sky. But Rhea is wrong about one thing. She's not on top, not without the WWE Women's World Championship. And because Io has that, Adam Pearce told her she can choose who she's going to defend her title against at Evolution. And that means she wants to face the best, and the best is Rhea Bloody Ripley. Ripley says she has nothing but respect for Io, and she just wants to know she'll stop at nothing to get her title back. So if that's what she wants, she just wants her to know that she asks for whatever happens and she accepts the challenge. Next we have Dirty Dom backstage telling Finn Balor and JD McDonagh that they're going to bring the titles back where they belong, and that's to the Judgment Day. The tag challengers leave and AJ Styles rolls up. Dom pulls out his doctor's note and says he is really injured. And furthermore, he had Adam Pearce double check and issued an order that if AJ Styles puts hands on him, he will never receive his title shot. Styles puts on his glasses and reads the note and says, "Yep," and says right here that Mysterio is a coward. Dom talks smart. AJ comes back and tells him he's gonna whoop his ass, and Mysterio frantically holds the note up and reminds him that he's not cleared. Next we have the World Tag Team Championship match, the New Day versus the Judgment Day. New Day dominated early and often, working over McDonagh until a hot tag to Balor that nearly blew the roof off the building. The action intensified with a lot of near falls and false finishes, including a Spanish fly from the top rope by the Iron Lung that Woods narrowly broke up for his team. Moments later, Balor delivered a Coup de Grace to Woods and secured the 1, 2, 3. And your winners of the match and new WWE World Tag Team Champions, the Judgment Day. It was a great coming out party by McDonagh, showing off his talents, and Finn Balor showing off his veteran presence. Congratulations to the Judgment Day for being the new Tag Team Champions. Next we have Sheamus versus Rusev. Back in the arena, Rusev and Sheamus added a chapter to their budding rivalry as they squared off in singles competition. The showdown was a punishing physical match that tested the toughness of both men. Their bodies marked with bruises and welts, neither man took much of a sustained advantage, with each answering their opponent's best. Later in the match, the former teammates in the League of Nations unloaded on each other, with Sheamus rocking the Redeemer with a jumping knee to the face, that Rusev just narrowly kicked out of. The action spilled to the outside where Sheamus delivered his finisher, the bro kick, but could not follow up on it. Back in the ring, a barely recovered Rusev caught Sheamus with a eye poke and drove him throat first into an exposed turnbuckle before delivering his finisher, the Machka Kick, for the 1, 2, 3. And your winner of the match is Rusev. Next we have Finn Balor and JD McDonagh, the new tag team champs, talking to Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. They have a conversation about the women's tag team champions, and Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce agree that Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez are your new women's tag team champions. But at Evolution, they will have to take on a team from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT in a fatal 4-way for the women's tag team champions. That was the catch. Next we had a segment with the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, JD McDonagh, the men's tag team champions, Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez, the women's tag team champions, and Dominic Mysterio, Dirty Dom, the Intercontinental champion. The segment was basically a vote to see if Roxanne Perez is an official member of the Judgment Day. They all voted yes, but there is tension. Raquel said that you better hold up your end to the bargain. Dom said, I gotta check with Liv, but Balor pushed him into it. He's like, you make the decision yourself. And he said, alleged, yes. And then afterwards, Balor, being kind of heelish, said, this is great, Liv's gonna love this. Which just made me laugh. Next, we have a promo backstage with American Made and Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers talked, and a Grande Americano, who appeared a few inches taller than they last saw him, walk past, but he carried himself awkwardly like Ludwig Kaiser. Next, backstage, Karrion Kross continued to attack Sami Zayn and hit him with a lead pipe, trying to get him to acknowledge his heel side and turn him into a bad guy. The steel pipe hit his stomach area, and it sounded brutal. Next we have the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther coming to the ring to talk about his Saturday night main event match for the World Heavyweight Championship with Goldberg. Then Gunther asks anybody who would like to step up to face him after that. Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth freaking Rollins, responded, making his way to the ring alongside Paul Heyman. The visionary Rollins revealed he did not go to Saudi Arabia to cash in Money in the Bank, but rather to cost CM Punk the undisputed WWE Championship. He retaliated that his Money in the Bank briefcase is an all-out assault on both champions, and obviously hinted that Gunther could be next. Punk, PO'd by Rollins costing him the championship, hit the ring seeking revenge and nearly getting it, but Rollins eye-raked him and sprinted through the crowd. An angry Punk got in the crossfire of Gunther and shoved him to the mat, leaving the champion shocked. Rollins, thrilled with his action, found himself on the receiving end of a beatdown from LA Knight, but Rollins attacked LA Knight's eyes and ran from him too. So with one segment, 4 different storylines were presented, with a potential 5th introduced in the form of Punk Gunther. So I love that. Next we had a backstage segment with LA Knight and CM Punk. CM Punk says stay out of his and Rollins' business. Punk has a lot of people that he wants to go after. Bron, which is Bron Breakker, Seth Rollins, Gunther, but his first priority is Seth Rollins, and he told him to stay out of it. LA Knight says get to the back of the line because he has a match against Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, at Saturday night's main event. So Punk is going to have to wait his turn. Next we had Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. The winner would face the man, Becky Lynch, for her title, the Intercontinental Women's Championship. The back and forth action apparently concluded with an exchange of roll-ups that both of their shoulders were pinned to the mat at the same time. So the referee, Jessica Carr, announced that the match was a draw, and they had a brawl because nobody looks like they're gonna face the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. I think this is gonna end up being a 3-way with Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Lyra Valkyria. Next, we have an announcement from Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. They jointly hold an announcement about Evolution that there's gonna be a battle royal, and the winner of the battle royal, a women's battle royal, gets a championship shot at Clash in Paris. Next we have a match. Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker versus Sami Zayn and his tag team partner, Penta. Sami Zayn refused to let Karrion Kross's attack from earlier in the show from competing. Despite clear damage to his ribs, he stood alongside Penta as they battled Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker in tag team action. Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker had an early onslaught on downing Zayn and working him over for a large portion of the match. Then Zayn made a comeback, but they just kept punishing him. A hot tag to Penta drew a huge pop from the fans, and the luchador exploded in the ring, delivering a picture-perfect DDT counter to a gorilla press attempt by Breakker. The action broke down from there, culminating with Zayn mustering enough strength to send Reed to the mat with a suplex, only to have Breakker destroy him for a 1, 2, 3 with a spear. After the match, the heels attempted to further punish Zayn, only for Jey Uso to come out with a steel chair to really inflict damage on Bronson Reed with a chair shot to the face. So your winners of the main event are Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. Thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever it is for you. And don't forget to yeet. Until next time, peace.